Good afternoon or good morning to everybody, wherever you are in the world. So my name is Patrick Pradel and I'm a senior lecturer in digital design and manufacturing at Loughborough University. And it's with great pleasure that I'm introducing the D4IM network event organized by Robert Higham from the University of Bolton on design for IM metals. Yesterday we had a great day with over 100 attendees from all over the world. Has been a fantastic day. And well, I hope you will enjoy also this session, and I will leave the floor to Robert to carry on with the day. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Patrick. And yeah, welcome everybody, and welcome back for those who were here yesterday, and welcome to those who are fresh in today. I have given my Wi-Fi router a couple of sweeties and a little blanket to try and make sure I don't have any Wi-Fi issues today, and I've moved its location, so hopefully everything is clean and clear. So welcome. As Patrick said, I'm Rob Hyam. I'm the head of the Centre for Advanced Manufacturing at the University of Bolton. We had an overview yesterday about that. For those who are fresh in today, feel free to reach out separately or via LinkedIn, and you can learn as much as you'd need to. What I would like to do is just start and just say thank you to the network, Patrick, Alan, Nancy in particular, for allowing me to have the opportunity to talk to you all today and yesterday. And also a big thank you to the speakers who are coming up today. I'm really happy with the blockbuster bunch we've got. So without further ado, what is the plan, I guess, for today? So I have a small welcome and a couple of points to make following yesterday's session before I hand over to Nick Weeks, who is here from Carpenter Additive, who's going to talk about large-scale powder manufacturing, maybe even hint at a few other bits and pieces that they're up to. We'll then have some time for questioning before we then move into the kind of final section away from feedstock. And yesterday we talked a little bit about feedstock also. And then we're going to go into parts, products, and we have Ian Brooks, Richard Minshew, and then finishing off today with Jason Gilmore, who are going to talk about their experiences with parts of a variety of nature. But all three hopefully will allow you to hit home at just how important it is that we collaborate, we share, we understand what each other's battles are, and we try and support that, because if the technology wins, we all will win. So in terms of reflection on yesterday as we move into day two, for me it was quite powerful listening to some of the comments I read in Padlet. And then overnight and into this morning, I formulated a commitment from the Centre for Advanced Manufacturing, because there seems to be quite a lot of opinions of a similar nature through Padlet, through some polls that I've looked at on LinkedIn and I've run myself. There seems to be a lot of need for funding. There's some concerns over funding, which to allow the technology to springboard. There seems to be an open call for sharing in some way, shape or form, and that collaboration is quite consistently offered between RTOs and universities to SMEs and large organisations. So what we would like to do is put forward a couple of initiatives to try and do our bit to push this technology forward. The first of those is then an open funding for advanced manufacturing. I call it advanced manufacturing because I don't want to necessarily tie us purely into AM. There might be a need for quite a lot more focus on design, simulation, comparative studies, etc. So in this OFAM, trying to give everything a name that was not too silly, but OFAM open funding, what I'd like to present is we'll have two awards that we'll offer. The first award is focused on micro and small organisations only, and what I'd like to do is offer a value in kind of £5,000. So what I will offer is staff time, machine access, consumables, etc., up to the value of £5,000 for any micro or small organisation for some product development, some R&D, whatever that would need to be. All I'd ask is that we will ask for some evidence of the size of the organisation, just to make sure that we are supporting those who will see the most benefit. I would imagine. The caveat at the bottom is anything more than 5k. We'll have a conversation about payment of it, but ultimately everything is just a gift. There's no IP, there's no guarantee contracts needed for us. This is just a gift to try and support the growth of this technology and industry. Alongside that, I'd like to offer then a larger scale open source program where what I'm asking for is ideas from industry, academia, or individuals in either camp who've got a thought about something that should be explored and some reasoning. And again, I'd like to pump prime that project up to £10,000 in value. But the difference here, it's created by the masses, and then we will deliver it for the masses. So we'll do some kind of white paper output, but all the data, the outputs, the results, everything that's generated from that project will be open source, and we will 100% share that with any organization, person, or persons who would like to see that. Why are we doing that? I'll keep banging this drum. If the technology wins, we all win, and I'm very keen to make sure that I use the quite amazing infrastructure that I've got in place and a powerful team of students and staff to allow organizations to find some answers. So in both cases, there will be a small assessment process, but I'm hoping that we will be flooded with applications. So for Project A, we'll assess that locally, I would say. Project B, I'm going to ask the Design for AM Network panel to assess those applications. And in both cases, I've set an arbitrary deadline of the end of January for us to start to look at this. I'd like to deliver the projects by the summer. So for Project A in particular, if you could email cfam@bolton.ac.uk with a one-page overview of the need, the benefit for you and your organisation, and some form of evidence of the size of your organisation by the end of January 2023. We'll then make an offer, I would say, in the early days of February. For the Project B, again, please feel free to reach out via LinkedIn, email, and give me some ideas. And again, around the same time, we'll have some more information on the direction we go. I follow all of this up. There is an audience here today. I follow all this up via LinkedIn, and I'd like to be able to push this far and wide, but limited time between yesterday and today to come up with something. But I think this is me trying to do my bit. If any other organisation would like to support in Project B, the bigger picture project, feel free to also email me with any ideas, but also offering what support you could bring to that project. I don't have all of the equipment in the world. I don't have all the capability in the world. So if there are other people who would like to be involved, then I would be delighted to welcome multiple partners in this open funding opportunity. The second idea, I guess, based on yesterday, there was some comments about where's the direction in UK AM in particular, and who's coming up with that. And I'm certainly not by any means suggesting that it should be us at the Centre for Advanced Manufacturing. But if we're all saying the same thing, then I'm quite happy to act as a conduit to try and bring some voices together. So what I'd also like to do in this DoCam is organise some kind of technical steering session. Potentially, we may be worth making it part of the TCT show in June. Central geographically, a good time frame, and also the TCT announcement on the user group maybe would fit really well. But again, I'll release more details on this via LinkedIn shortly, but the idea is we'd invite anyone who's a member of the DFAM network and potentially AM UK to try and make sure we get as many voices as possible into that remit. And in the meantime, if you want to have your say on the needs for the event, what type of thing we should be trying to pull together, I'm certainly not suggesting this is the UK AM strategy, but I'd like to see a UK AM technical competence checklist. I'd like to see a technical directive. I'd like to see some kind of pipeline of what projects and research is going on in that field, and I think others would benefit from seeing that too. So in both cases, cfam@bolton.ac.uk. If you know who I am and you've got my email address, then feel free to email directly to me, of course. That's absolutely fine. So that's the start for today. That's my reflection and outputs on yesterday, and that's what I want to try and put forward for the rest of today. Let's think about what else we can do, and we're about to listen to some incredible industrial organizations doing some amazing things, and let's see what we can do to help them grow, because as they grow, we will all grow with them.